Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to find and hire a virtual assistant using Upwork. So first go to upwork.com and then it's going to bring you to this home page where you can click sign up and create your free account. And from there you're going to be asked a series of onboarding questions. It can be pretty lengthy, so to save some time I'm just going to scroll through and show you what some of those look like. So if we start at the very top, it's actually going to begin by asking your location. And then from there, what you're looking to hire for. So here we are here, complete your free account setup. And we click the United States and we're looking to hire for a project. So if you were looking to work as a freelancer, you would select this button. Since this video is about hiring a virtual assistant, you would select hire for a project. And then you can get more about adding a business email. You don't have to do this, it is optional. So if you have an email that you want to add to your account, you can do that now. And then the next few questions are just to personalize your account. So what brings you to Upwork? We select I'm ready to post a job and see candidates. No matter what you select, it's going to bring you to the next question, so there is no right or wrong answer. And then this is just, again, about your company. So how many employees you have, what you're looking to do by using Upwork. And then the expertise that you're looking for. So you could select customer service. We select other because we're looking for a virtual assistant for real estate. And then your role in the company, company name. Again, if you don't have a company name, you can always just use your personal name. And then any of this information you can go back and change later. For the setup, you can also add any employees to your account, or you can do this later. So if you eventually want to add your virtual assistant, you can do that at a later time and they can do the hiring for you. And then it'll bring you to the getting started on posting your ad. So you can skip this part and come back to it if you just want to set up your account now and post your ad later, or you can go ahead and get started. You're going to give your job post a name. So if you're looking for a virtual assistant, that's where you would post here. Virtual assistant, if you know you want to do cold calling with this virtual assistant, you can add that to the title as well. And then we always suggest writing down exactly what you're looking for in a virtual assistant, so you can put that in the description and attract the right candidates. So again, these are just the job categories, and as you can see, virtual assistants is what we select. And then here's what I was referring to earlier with the description. So this is where you can put any and all items you're wanting the virtual assistant to take over for you. And then you can also just leave it a little broad too, anything to be added later. You can let them know that the job is changing. So as they grow, the tasks will grow. That's totally fine and usually what we do. And an example of just a quick virtual assistant ad is right here. So if you don't know exactly what you're having them do, you can just make sure they have the required necessary tools such as a computer, good internet connection, good English communication is always a must, especially since they're going to be dealing with buyers and sellers usually. We want to make sure that they are able to communicate. And then as you hire for more specific needs, you can just make sure that your ad is tailored around that. And then as far as the details go, we usually suggest ongoing project just because you just never know if you're going to keep the virtual assistant for a short time or a long time when they get started. Obviously, if they're good and you want to keep them, you want to make sure they know that they could be here a while. A one-time project is more for something like a data entry spreadsheet or just a one-time thing that you don't really expect to keep them around very long. Screening questions, this is totally up to you. We usually don't do actual screening questions. However, we do ask that the virtual assistants send us a voice recording so that we can hear their English skills because they will be on the phone a lot. So Upwork gives you some options that they already created, or you can just create your own question there. And then any of these questions, expertise, you can select if you're looking for something specific, you can go ahead and select that there. And then we usually also choose entry level because it does attract more candidates who aren't necessarily experienced, but that's okay because you're going to train them anyway the way you want things done. But it will give you more options at a cheaper price. So that's usually what we choose. And then your location and time zone preference. So this is going to be we like to keep it worldwide so that you can attract candidates outside of the United States. Actually, all of our virtual assistants right now are outside of the United States. So you do want to make sure that you don't narrow down your search too much. And then time zone preference. This is going to be where you live or where you're looking to have them work. So if you're in the central time zone or that's where you're buying real estate, you want to make sure you select that so that they know that's when their work hours will be. Visibility, we just leave it open to anyone. And then if you're looking to hire just one or more than one freelancer, you'll select that here. And you could just stick with one and always repost the same ad later if you want to look for another virtual assistant with the same criteria. And then here, so this just will give you a better idea of their past jobs. So you can choose, so right here it's kind of covered. It will have like the rating for the virtual assistant, and obviously we always want to choose 90% up. We want somebody with a good work ethic. They've been rated by past employers and we know that they're good. So we'll choose that here and also leave this box checked. So include rising talent just means that if they haven't had a lot of experience or they don't have a rating yet, you want to include them because you just never know. And then English level, we want at least conversational or better. But depending on what they do, so if they're going to be on the phone a lot, you might want fluent or better. And then any amount earned is fine. Okay, and then this is just going to be selecting your budget. So we usually pay between $3 and $5 an hour to start. And again, this is going to be outside of the United States, and that's one of the big reasons why we like to choose that, along with attracting more talent elsewhere. So $3 and $5 an hour. We start low and usually raise that after a probationary period to make sure that they're doing a good job. Okay, and then again, just preference here, but we always select more than 6 months. And then we will start out most of the time part-time at less than 30 hours a week and then bump them up when we make them full-time. So when we have enough work for them, we will bump them up to full-time. Okay, and you're ready to review and post your ad, and it will give you this little post job now button here, and then you can always, if you don't want to post now, you can come back, save it as a draft, post later, but you're already here, so post job now. And once you do that, you're actually going to be getting emails. So as long as you have your account set up with emails, notifications to come to you, you'll get all applicants in your email and you can just view them from there. So that's how to find the virtual assistant through Upwork. You can also use this button here, find freelancers and agencies. So let's see, virtual assistant. So you can type that in, and then you can filter, you can search, you can invite people to your job. So here there's an invite to job, and let's see if you just click that. It depends on what you have. So we don't have any active jobs out there right now, but if you posted your job right before you search, it will give you the option to invite this person to your new job position. And then they can either accept or decline, and you can go from there by interviewing them, and then if you like them, you can hire them. And that's pretty much it on finding and hiring. But let's say you have hired your virtual assistant. So if you go to your jobs, under jobs, you'll see all contracts. So how do you know if your virtual assistant is doing a good job or working on what you want them to work on? That's a really big question a lot of people have. Well, Upwork gives you the option to scroll down to the person doing the work for you. And these little 3 dots here give you quite a few options. So you can change their time and payments, you can message them, terms and settings, give a bonus, increase rate. So you can do all of that from here. But if you're looking to find out what they're working on right now, you can click Work Diary. And keep in mind, this is only during the work time you have set for them. So if you're checking this outside of their normal work hours and see she's not on right now, you're not going to see anything. You're only going to see something if they're online and if they're working. If you have any questions and they should be online and they're not online, then you will need to message them and find out what's going on. But you should be able to see here screenshots of the data that they're working on, if they're online and if they're currently working. So that's pretty much it on how